everyone, I'm MacKenzie and I'm a youth services librarian with the Beaverton City Library. Normally at Murray Shoals, but today I am at home and we are going to make some art inspired by baobab trees of Africa, all right? But first, a little bit of background information. So, baobab trees are found in the hot, dry areas of Africa known as the savannas, and they can live for up to 1,000 years. They can grow up to 60 feet tall, and this is really cool, the trunk swells into the shape of a bottle as it collects rainwater. How cool is that? Something else to know is that these trees are called the tree of life, and it is usually leafless, which makes it look as though its roots, not its branches, are stretching high into the air. I thought that was really cool. So I actually found this information from some of our databases that you can access with your library card. One is the National Geographic Kids database, and the other one is Gale in Context Elementary. And both of these databases are great for students in grades K to 5. All right. So a few things that you'll need for today's art project is ideally watercolor paper because it soaks up water pretty well. But cardstock is fine. Yeah. Wouldn't really recommend copy paper because it can bleed through. All right. You'll also want some watercolor paints and a receptacle to put water in. So like I used a teacup. All right. You'll want some black paint. You'll want a big paintbrush. Now mind you, mine is a little bit wet. This is what mine looks like. And you'll want some broccoli and you'll want to cut it down the middle. So mine kind of looks like this, right? And you can already see I painted with it. And if you want to use a bigger piece of broccoli, but you're worried about wasting the broccoli, because I don't know about you, but I buy and eat a lot of broccoli. I find it pretty versatile. So here I took a big piece that I cut in half, and then like pieces that were on this side, because there were a few more pieces over here, I just cut those off too, because they weren't gonna affect the printing that I was gonna do later. And I was like, well, I can eat these. I don't really want to waste them. Okay. So what you'll want to do first is you'll want to paint with watercolors all over your watercolor paper. So I decided to use sunset colors, reds, oranges, and yellows. And I just did sort of like just an abstract watercolor painting on the paper first, all right? But yours can look different. It can look similar. You can use similar colors, but totally different. You can actually paint an actual sunset if you want to, all right? Whatever you want. So first you're gonna do the watercolors and then you're gonna let it dry. But if you're using watercolor paper, it doesn't take very long to dry. All right? And then, like I said, you're gonna cut your broccoli, and you might need an adult to help you with this. You'll wanna cut that broccoli and you wanna cut it in half so that you can see a trunk and you can see sort of like some stems coming off. So I have a big one there, and I have a small one here. And then I took a paper plate, and I just put some black paint right on the plate. And I used the brush, actually, to take the paint and brush it directly on to the broccoli, all right? And as you can see, like tried to get in as much as possible on that broccoli. And then I stamped it onto my paper. Once that watercolor paint is dry, then I took the broccoli with the black paint on it and I stamped it onto my paper. Now, let's see. So I did 2 with the bigger ones and I did 2 with the smaller ones. This one didn't turn out great. This one didn't turn out awesome. So what I did is I took my brush and I dipped it into the black paint and I helped it along a little bit. So I actually made the trunk a little more filled in. I connected these to up here because they weren't connected before. And then because like you can see how this is filled out over here, but not over here, I just took my brush, like the tip of it, and I added some more paint over here and over here. All right, so I just did some with the tip of my brush to help with the like branches, and then some strokes to help with the trunk. All right, so it doesn't look exactly like the baobab trees, but it is inspired by. All right, so that is how you make your art for today. I hope you learned something new and that you had some fun, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.